It starts in 3 minutes. Great.
Well, yeah, obviously,
I
but
didn't know.
we're talking now.
Oh, the delay. So it'll.
The delay
Oh.
means that we're talking
We're
now,
talking now and it goes through. I really
but
should stream with a
it'll
delay
they'll
more.
hear it in like 3 minutes.
Okay, well, hi chat
So
in 3 minutes.
people in people 3 minutes from now, I hope you have a nice time.
Yeah, I hope you're having a good day. Shout at us. Shout at me if the audio is wrong, because these are not my settings. Yeah. Hopefully everything goes well. We're here to cast. We've got a Kiriko, Zarya, a Reaper, a Bastion, and an Alari.
Alari, I like the Alari pick.
I think
For
it'd be good.
For anybody that doesn't know much about Alari yet, as she is still pretty new, the ability to just do a whole bunch of damage and just throw with a pylon down to basically do your healing for you, kind of gives you a lot of swing potential. So we'll see what they do with that.
Especially with this map, I think, because there's a lot more high points and it's a little more open. I think it's going to be better for her.
I think as long as you abuse the high ground advantage, you can get a lot done.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
for sure.
Ooh, control point. Okay. Nice. So we got a Lifeweaver, Zarya, Moira, Soldier, and Symmetra on the other team.
We love a Symmetra every once in a while.
Love a good Symmetra. Don't love facing her. She's so annoying. But
Oh, it's part of the fun though.
she's ripping them. Yeah.
That's the issue. The comp that they're in right now is very centered around a rush style comp. If you look at it, right, because you've got this Sim and Zarya that are both very heavy beam characters that is basically just designed to charge up as much as possible and just force your way into every single fight that exists.
Yeah.
So the longer that these people get to charge, the more dangerous they're going to be. So the biggest way to counteract this is like what Royal's doing here on the Reaper. Try to kill them fast. The faster you kill them, the less chance that they get to charge up this their beam.
Get him rid.
Unfortunately, that was a very fast ult, and this is just to be a team wipe.
Yeah.
The beam is very strong here, and I would honestly go to something like probably a Ramatra. Be able to punch through these bubbles and it kind of ignore the beam.
Yeah, it's looking like not a switch. Okay. No switches.
So we'll see what happens here. But the question that I have, and I don't know this map very well, right?
It's a fun map.
They're taking control of this archway here. I'm almost positive there's multiple other avenues.
They should probably go around the side on the left. Like,
yeah, I would say walking through this is not a great option, and this is a good little flank. Probably a little early.
Yeah, he needs someone to back him up.
The symbol makes it really hard to do anything about it.
And that's gonna be game point.
They're holding this area. I think the biggest thing, Royal gets into their backline. He'll die here. The Death Blossom gets two. Wait a second.
Okay. I can't switch over, so I'm stuck. Okay, there we go.
Unfortunately, but good little
so
play
close.
on his part.
Yeah, saving the ult for then. If there was someone to back it, like to clean up, definitely would have.
I don't think he was intentionally saving that ult. I think he just got it and was doing his best to make do with what he could, right? But
true.
In a scenario like that, right?
Yeah.
There's playing a comp that's just it struggles. I do like this switch though to the Ana. This anti-nade can do a lot of damage against them.
And the switch to Reinhardt and Symmetra.
The Rhine is interesting. I like the Sim. The Sim TP will do a lot.
Yeah.
The worry about the Rhine, right?
Back to the Bastion. Yeah.
Sim's ability allows her to regenerate her health if she's doing damage to shields.
Yeah.
And Reinhardt's got a really big shield, so
he's got a massive
we'll see what happens. Because if Ryan can swing through them and get a couple kills here, this will be big. And we have the Bastion.
An Echo on the other team.
The play here is gonna be quite literally just melt exactly like that.
Yeah, just rip them.
Melt that.
Echo's down on the ground for
Zarya.
some reason.
Her flight most likely ran out there.
It's unfortunate.
You heal up the Rhine, now you just go forward. Like this is what you have to do. You just kind of have to swing.
Nope,
You're Reinhardt, you gotta go.
You just gotta push and get the back from your healers.
They swapped to Orisa now, so now they're playing this weird comp of counter picks. However, while Ryan might not do well against Orisa, they do have the Zarya, and the Zarya's not the Zarya, the Symmetra.
Yeah.
And Symmetra's very strong against Orisa, as well as the Bastion. The Bastion will be helpful as well. So
there's a Life Weaver now. I don't know.
They have a big. Ooh, that pick is rough. That's just not enough heals got down. But we'll see what happens here as that TP goes in.
No, they're
big shield, but there's just not enough healing on the field right now.
That's gonna be team wipe if Kiriko can't get away.
Kiriko died already.
Oh, I missed that completely.
Kiriko died to a murder orb way early on. Must have been a miscommunication between the Ana and Kiriko. Kiriko just died to a random skill orb, and unfortunately, that's kind of the end of the fight there. You know, Ana can provide a lot of healing, but without that cleanse right there, you don't have a lot of ability to sustain yourself.
There's a limit to how far you can push it.
Exactly. Now this is very good. Yeah, very good Kiriko. We'll see what they do. The Nano comes in.
They can push forward a bit. And they're dumping their ults as well. It's a tree with a wall.
We'll see if.
And, oh my goodness!
A lot of damage.
That ripped. That Reinhardt.
They handled that really well actually against the Nano and Reinhardt. That tree in the phase really prevents them from going anywhere. So it's a little unfortunate. But yeah, I mean, you can't play the Reinhardt into the Orisa anymore. So
we got an Orisa, a Mei,
and a Mei.
Pharah.
Now the Pharah can get a lot done here.
Yeah, because the Pharah can get up high now.
It just depends. They do have a soldier, so we'll have to watch that. See, that anti right there is going to be kind of what they need to capitalize on.
See, the anti, you gotta go for it. Can't let them
that
heal
wall
up
was just a little off. It was a good play though. Here's the thing, that sim is just free farming.
Yeah. If they can get rid of the sim, they get rid of the turrets, and then that helps with some of the push. But it's rough.
It is. It's a hard fight to win here with the amount of damage that they have. Once the sim gets set up, it's hard to get her off of that spot. So, it's something to look at in the next map here. Is what are they gonna do to counteract a sim? Like if this person is gonna run sim the whole time,
which map are you gonna pick to counter it?
What map? Yeah, right. They get to choose their map. So I would pick a map that doesn't really put you in the middle of. With the ability for them to really set up turrets in a crazy spot.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about Sim and the disadvantage that they're going to have going into this next map is Sim has the ability to teleport. And the teleportation of your whole team is kind of crazy if you use it well, and as we're in a competitive scene, you know, they should have the coordination to be able to pull that off. So, what do you do going forward? I would say almost instead of playing that Ana, go to a BAP. Immortality field doesn't matter how much damage you take.
Yeah, you can just sit in that, and it doesn't matter. You're just there, and you're just you can pass through them from a point, which can, you know, it limits how much that the sim can actually do because you can't kill them if you have to focus on the field, which
you have to break the field first.
Yeah, you have to break the field, which takes your attention off of the attackers.
Right, and I would almost add, say, play BAP. What I would play here is BAP, Lucio, and Ryan.
Yep.
Right, Ryan themselves is not super strong against the sim. However, with that speed boost on the Ryan, you just run right by that Orisa. Right, the Orisa is the issue here. And if you just run by her, she can't do anything about it. So I would say going forward, something more fast-paced. Maybe even a Monkey. Play Monkey Monkey counter sim 100% of the time.
They need to push this and just keep pushing. Get a successful push off.
Right, and they're playing with a backline that's very, very safe. They're playing the Moira, they're playing the Life Weaver. But if you put pressure on their supports, it all falls apart. And how do you do
Mm-hmm.
that? You play someone that just jumps, right? Play
Yep.
that monkey. Icon wall is gonna be really hard for them.
Yeah, that's an
Against the
interesting pick
sim.
from SUNY Potsdam. I'm
Yes,
not sure what their strategy is going into this.
I personally wouldn't pick Eichenwald as it is probably one of the best sim maps that there is. However, you can if they play their own sim, they may be able to get around it.
Yes.
Right? You can use your own teleport. You can do your own stuff to get in and around into the little
Mm-hmm.
corners and crevices that are available for you. Um,
When it's
Once we can
looking
see what
like
they pick,
payload,
but
maybe. I think.
it is a
Yeah, it's a
so
payload.
it's a hybrid. So
Yeah,
the
so it's
first
gonna
thing
be
they have to do is capture the point, much like they were just doing.
and then push it,
Um, but then they have to push it,
and then it
and
switches
pushing it is
sides.
the hardest part.
Yeah. Although I've had very, very rough matches where we still fail to capture the point.
It's how it is,
That's
right?
how it goes.
We'll see what they come up with. I don't know exactly what their plan is, but they did swap to the Lucio. Like I said earlier, the Lucio is a great pick here. What is their other support? Are they doing? Is that an Ana?
Looks like a Kiriko.
Or a Kiriko? Okay, so fun fact: Kiriko Lucio was a pretty meta comp for a while. Um, Usually it's run with the monkey, but I can see this working. Zarya
Zarya
having
can
two
work, yeah.
bubbles. Zarya having two bubbles means she doesn't need as much healing.
Nope.
So we'll see what happens here. But I think if they run fast, they have the Cassidy with the Hinder grenade.
Yeah,
They may be able to just focus somebody down and kill them quickly.
They could get past everything that's slowing them down. They can just go nyom, straight through
Exactly.
all the fields.
So we'll see. And this sim will help, right? Sim again will slow them down. They have a hog, which is a very interesting pick.
Yeah, and a May.
With a May. They don't have the sim. They're running May and
a
Bastion.
That's...
So here's that bubble, right? That bubble comes in,
Yeah,
saves
and there
you, gets a
goes your
kill. That's
May.
big. Now that Lucio's gonna have to be careful about overextending, right? Because the
Lucio's going forward a bit, but it's paying off.
Right,
I mean,
but it's going well.
they're all
This is
pushing
good.
together. That's... And the Life Weaver again. I don't know if I use the...
I wouldn't say Life Weaver's a bad pick, right? Life Weaver in and of itself is a pretty strong character.
Pretty strong character.
However, it's the Moira that I'm not a huge fan of, right?
No.
Moira, I don't think
they
great,
need
but
her.
there's that pick that I was talking about, the Lucio playing just not quite safe enough.
Nope.
However, I was talking earlier about how dangerous Sim is against Reinhardt. You see it here, right? The Sim is just able to run rampant and do what she wants to do. There is really a Rein that's just on the point though.
Yeah.
Which
but this Lucio might be able to get him off.
Look at a tick. It's not a big deal, but yeah. So that's what I mean. They probably need to play a bit more safe when they were contesting that Rhine. I don't know how someone really dies there. There's three of them. But overall, a really good hold there. I mean, they watched the Rhine walk through, and that sim is going to do a whole lot of damage if they can't deal with that sim.
Just hold them in place, yeah.
It's going to happen exactly like what happened in that last map to SUNY Potsdam, right?
We can see Pace bringing out their own sim.
Yep, they're back to that. They're on the exact same comp that they had been on earlier, and that's going to take them off the map.
That's going to start taking them off, yep. There's a shatter.
It's a lot of ults that were thrown in there. Yep.
Trying to get the point as soon as possible. And there's payload. Alright.
Yep. Well played by Pace there. They used a lot of ults for it. I don't know exactly how many, but
they needed all of them, but I mean,
you never really know. That's the fun thing about Overwatch. You never know how many ults you're really going to need. And at the end of the day, they capture the point, and that's what matters, right? And is it optimal? Maybe not, but you know, we're on the Orisa versus the Rhine now, which is a pretty big thing, but I don't know how the
Kiriko's moved to Ana, who got ripped by a soldier, unfortunately now.
Well, she's falling off the map. But at this point, I would say they need to swap off of this Lucio. I don't think the Lucio is going to be very helpful anymore. No, they're not trying to run forward.
No.
Right, you're on this
back
Orisa.
to the Lucio next time, but now they're on the Life Weaver instead of the Ana.
I don't hate that. The Life Weaver is a good pick,
especially for defensive when you want someone in the back. Oh.
So we'll see what happens here. They're sick in this round.
Sim just fall off.
Yeah, their sim did fall off.
Yeah.
I think she was trying to dodge off to the left and just kind of fell. The worry here is they don't have any shields, which means that this Reinhardt shatter is going to be massive whenever he gets back.
Oh, we can see Reese pushing in through the
side. This is a little flank, which is by no means a bad plan. They just gotta back out, and they do. This is good. This is good. However, I worry they just teleport. There's that teleport play. They teleported.
Now they're all here.
Got a kill, and
you have to be careful not to just focus that Reinhardt, because now the rest of the team is pushing the payload, and with 3 or more people, it's just going back. And there's Sim's turrets next to the teleport.
So, their big issue is just the sim TP. They're not. They need to be playing point more, right? Like on that one, I don't think it's a bad idea to try to get that little flank, do some damage to the soldier.
But you have to watch the point.
But the point really is a priority, and the fact is that they left their supports on payload, and then they just. What are you gonna do about it?
You die because you don't have the supports. Supports die because they're supports.
And there's that shatter, but they did use beat first, which is actually pretty big.
And there's a tree. And a wall. There's all the ults. Oh my god.
It's a lot of. This is a good wall though. Like this provides a lot of cover for SUNY Potsdam to be able to make this push.
And they need to get rid of that teleport on the payload. There we go.
The teleport, I don't know if it was doing too much there. It's just the fact that everybody is there.
But yeah, you just don't want it for when you do manage to get the kills, and there's a shadow.
True.
Any switches happening? There's a not Baptiste Bastion. Now, no switches on the enemy team so far, and that's gonna be point. Oh no.
Good touch for the Life Weaver.
Excellent.
They'll touch for a second, but I think this is a game of how long can we stall. Right, and a good like 15 seconds of stalling.
Every second counts.
So, I think they started off good with the Zarya, but as soon as they gave up on the Zarya, it just wasn't quite as efficient for them.
Oh yeah.
They were giving up a lot of space.
And they didn't have shields anymore.
And the shields, the bubbles is fine. You don't need them, right? Like they got rid of a lot of shields in Overwatch 2. However, the biggest thing that I notice is they give them so much free space to set up. Yeah. And the more space you give, the more space you give, the worse it is. I like the Junkie Queen. I like this comp.
I like the Pharah.
I don't love.
I like the Life Weaver.
Yeah, the Life Weaver is a great pick.
I think,
but not for dive. They're playing a rush. They're playing a rush comp, right? You want to be playing Moira here, like.
You want the Lucio Moira right now. Oh, and we got a Bastion.
It doesn't hurt. The Bastion, I don't know if that's. I would play a Reaper here. I'd be on Reaper.
Oh, we got a bridging instead of a loser. Interesting. They playing for like. I think this is a work. Yeah. Oh, and we have.
I mean, Brig is a very pushy character. I don't know. This is a weird comp. It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
I'm
but
curious.
We'll see.
And the enemy team's got a Junkrat, you can see, and then Sigma.
Yep, the Sigma's a good pick here.
Yeah.
Sigma's very strong on defense. I don't really know if I love the Brig into this comp. There's just she doesn't give a lot of heals.
Too passive. Right now. I think she should go back to the Lucio.
I would love to see them go, like I said earlier, I'd love to see them go to like a Baptiste.
Yeah, that would be even better. They need that Infinity Field right now. Just pop that.
Like that. Like, that's good, right? The Brig can go in like this, but how long can she actually survive? And you just lost your your support.
Yeah.
So like.
Lost your support.
You know,
you're focusing the tank, but no one's pushing with you at the moment. It's very.
Yeah.
Rough.
So.
There goes. Oh.
I mean, the Junker Queen can survive on her own for a while, right? Like, Junker Queen is very, very good at self-sustain. I don't know if the Brig is the right play, just because Brig is good for slow, steady, consistent healing.
You can see the Cassidy
You're playing
instead of the
against a
Bastion.
comp that has so much damage.
Yeah, you need to push. You need to just boom, like hit through it, get a piercing point.
So I would love to see them play like an Ana or a BAP.
Yeah.
I think that would be an amazing comp.
Oh. Yeah, just now they're pushing up on the spawn and they're just gonna hang out around there.
Yep. And this is kind of the hard part, is how do you break that? But they did just get a pick there, so that is pretty big. I mean, we lose
the
our tank,
but got rid of the Sim.
but they need to capitalize, right? Like they're playing so passively and giving them so much space. And that's a good ult, right? That gets a kill. I don't know if that life group was necessary.
Yeah. That was an interesting signal. I mean, it got rid of the support, but
yeah.
And now we have. Okay. Oh, but no one's. You gotta push with the Junker Queen.
Yeah.
Because now.
We'll see.
And tire kill. So down to support. They keep killing the Sim.
They do. The Sim is playing really aggressively and getting punished for it, but
yeah, but their team's working together well enough that it doesn't matter.
SUNY Potsdam is just very split all the time. I don't. They're always everywhere, right? And they're not playing a comp that is cohesive.
No.
Like I like this Hanzo. It's a great pick, but it doesn't work with the Junker Queen. Now it does work more with the Zarya, right? But then now you need to swap off of this Brig. I don't think Brig is gonna work.
Brig, I don't really know what she's providing at the moment. I see her attacking more than healing.
I mean, you don't really have much healing you can do as Brig, right? You have a couple paths.
You need the healing right now, so you can just push through without dying as much. Oh, and there's the Brig ult.
Oh, good shot.
There we go.
See, here's the
pushing
thing.
Forward.
Brig ult is a great ult, right? The best part about Brig, but it took them so long
to get.
You know.
Now they have 10 seconds to try and get the. And there's the signal. Did they get that Junkrat
1
out?
HP.
There we go.
They do get the Junkrat, but
they lose 3 people.
This Sigma might just clean this fight up. We'll see.
I mean, it's just.
The Moira's back.
Cassidy
yeah,
and
everybody's
Life
back.
Weaver on there. And Life Weaver soloing. Yeah, I think that's gonna be game. And that's gonna be game for tonight.
I think that they had a really good idea at the end there. I think the poke comp was definitely the play. I think they just waited a little too long to get to that.
Yeah.
You know? I think that you could have gone with a more pokey, fighty comp and just waited for someone to get a pick. Like Royal going over to that Hanzo at the end was a huge play. I thought that was a beautiful plan.
It was very good.
So
they needed to move together more as well. Wait at spawn if too many people were dying. People were just heading out. You can't just push and hope your team will follow. You have to communicate that. Unfortunately, didn't come across as well.
So we'll see what they come up with in this potentially last map. It depends on how well they do here, but I think that it's gonna come down to playing this poke comp. I don't think that that Pacey will be able to figure out how to handle this Hanzo. I think the Hanzo will be able to do a lot of damage. I mean, it's just a random arrow can take someone out of the fight completely. So I think play that with the Zarya.
Completely change the tide at any point in time.
There's a lot that you can do there. So
with what's not broken. If it's not broken, don't fix it.
Right. So we'll see what they come up with.
Yeah. I totally butchered the phrase.
If it ain't broken,
we all know what I mean. Yeah. I think find something, stick to it, work together. If you're getting countered, you know, it's time to switch it up.
I think they're thinking too hard.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to swap and counter swap. I think they just need to kind of choose somebody that they like, choose a comp that they want to play and just play that.
Yeah, just because you switch and then you die immediately doesn't mean you have to switch afterwards again, right afterwards. You might have just gotten unlucky with spawns or you didn't push together. But when you make a switch, make it meaningful and then stick to it. Because otherwise, it's like, ooh, maybe I should switch to this. No, you gotta be like, I'm gonna switch to this. This is how I'm gonna benefit the team.
Well, such a big part of this game comes down to the fact that ults are so powerful, right? And every time you switch, you lose your ult, right? You don't. I mean, you get a little bit of your ult, but not very much of it.
Yeah, if your ult's getting up there, you should wait until it's done, and you've used it to switch, because otherwise you've wasted time, and you have to try and get your ult back up when you could have used it before and then made the switch if you needed to.
It's just a mentality of you don't need to. This is a very big game of swapping and counter swapping. But at the end of the day, it is possible to just stick to the character that you want to play, right?
Yeah.
Forcing yourself to switch and move doesn't always mean that you're gonna win that fight, right? And we saw that here as we were trying to swap around.
Swaps didn't necessarily work.
Right. So we'll see what they come up with here. I think that they have a possibility to win this on this type of map where it's so open and chaotic. It's just a very chaotic map style, right? For people that haven't played Flashpoint before,
it goes
similar
everywhere.
to what it's similar to that control map that we had earlier, where you're fighting over a point, you're trying to capture it. However, instead of it being just one, instead of it being different maps, it's all on the same map. You're running around like like a chicken with your head cut off. You're going everywhere. It's crazy. It's so much fun. But it does mean that you're gonna need to be watching a lot. And they're rolling out here with a Mercy and a Brig, and I really don't like that look.
I mean, I like the Reaper.
I do like the Reaper. I think the
Orisa can go well on this map. I've seen it.
Reaper, Orisa, like, all of these are not bad options. I just do not like. If you're gonna run a Mercy, you kind of need to run
anyone else
with her.
Yeah.
So,
I think SUNY Potsdam needs to brush off the last two matches, going with a clean mind. Because if they keep that, you know, the loser mentality, unfortunately, it's gonna drag them down. And there goes their Moira. We can see Orisa kind of sandwiched.
But here's the issue, right? As we lost our Brig very early, and as soon as we lose our Brig, what are we supposed to do?
There's nothing left.
Because now you're relying on just Mercy to try to keep everybody alive, and it's just not gonna happen.
Yeah,
so
these two need to just wait for the rest of the team. They gotta push this together. Hanzo can try and get a sonar in. Other than that, they did switch to they did do what I said and went to this Hanzo. They're playing Hanzo I like this swaps. I do like these swaps. Hanzo Soldier, they got off Mercy. I'm fine with the Life Weaver, but there it is, right? There's that Hanzo that I was talking about. Yep.
I would like to see them off of this Brig though. I don't think that the Brig is providing that much detail.
This Hanzo's. Oh, okay.
But see, Brig is going in, and it's just
not healing. We need she needs to.
They almost got the Zarya. The Zarya gets out, but now they have both their supports back, and
Soldiers
it's just
flanking. Oh, focusing on the Life Weaver. This could be good. And he just gets ripped. He's getting dipped by the opposing soldier.
The issue here just comes down to the fact that they have too much heals to really be able to win the tank fight.
Yeah.
Brig does not heal enough, safely enough, to be able to keep up with this like war of attrition that is the Zarya v Zarya fight. Like, look, this Hanzo is going crazy.
But he needs
They're
the
getting so
healers
many
to get up.
picks.
Yeah. You need to
But
focus
they're
on the
not
Hanzo
able to
tank.
kill the Zarya.
Yeah.
They cannot kill this Zarya. They need to kill the Zarya, but they're split now, right? Like, Mochi's going to point, which is great. The rest
And
of
they
the
got
team
a
is there
Lifeweaver
now.
with them, but Lifeweaver's their main focus of heals, which means... Oh, but now everyone's pulling up behind, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, and there's the
bad
Lifeweaver
here.
ult. Zarya. Oh, and the flower up above. Okay.
Flower is good, but the
Flower's
flanking visors are just a little too much.
Yeah, and
see, the way you play these maps, right, and the thing I think that they've been missing for most of these is they all come from one avenue.
no,
It's always the same spot.
You have to try something new.
Especially in these maps, there's so many flanking routes, there's so many off angles you can take. I think it would benefit them greatly to swap around and get a spot where you can be playing more off angly, you know, put that Hanzo in a spot that he can go win. And like, I don't, a Brig should never lose to a Tracer, right? Like that's a big thing.
Brig should never solo push a Tracer. Like, leave their tank to push a Tracer.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not easy, that's for sure. I mean, they're doing what they can, but they're, like I said, they're all just walking. They're kind of just walking into bullet after bullet after bullet after bullet, you know?
Just doing the same thing, expecting something different to happen. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. And they're split again.
They have a plan, right? Pacey has a plan.
Yep.
You have to break their plan. Stop their plan. Right? And Royal's getting lots of different, like, lots of damage in, lots of kills, but it's just not, it's not being converted into more than just a kill.
Yeah. Oh, we can see the bridge changed to an Illari and a Sombra now instead of a Hanzo. Sombra could be an interesting pick here.
I'm okay with this Illari pick. The Illari, again, there's a lot of damage in Illari, so especially against a Tracer, you can put a Tracer out basically 1 HP if you hit them with your right click, depending on what you're bound to, I guess.
Left click, the flank with the Sombra.
Right. But see, there's already that value. That pylon will do more healing.
Yep.
You've got the damage that you can do with the Illari. Like, this is big.
The sustainability and survivability is already much higher, and the Sombra's taking out the Tracer, which takes out
the Sombra will be able to fight that Tracer a lot easier than the Brig was able to. So this is good. Like,
and Sombra ult can break the barrage of ults that occurs that we've seen in both of the previous matches.
It won't be able to stop a lot, but it'll definitely put a damper on them.
Yes, it can help
now,
switch control.
If I was SUNY Potsdam, I would be looking to do an EMP into a Shatter.
Yes.
That's what I would be doing.
Oh, this Tracer's taken out both of the DPSs, and there's a Shatter.
Big Shatter. We'll see if it can kill this Zarya.
Yep. There we go.
It does kill Zarya. This is big. However, you're just now down to a 2v1.
And you can't get off that point. You have to stay on the point. Yeah,
oh, unfortunate.
Oh, but the team is caught up.
There's a lot of damage. The rest of the team is there.
There is an EMP from Sombra.
They're trying to hold on to the point. I don't think that the EMP was worth it though.
Now they're off the point.
Maybe if Soldier had Visor, like an EMP Visor there would have won them that fight.
Yeah.
But just EMP no longer does as much as it used to since they removed the passive that Sombra has, that she does more damage to hacked enemies, right?
Yeah.
So now it just kind of disables their abilities temporarily and doesn't really do much else other than that. So they need to combo that ult with something else, like the Shatter, like a Visor, just to do something more than just kind of stop them for a second.
And there's that Illari ult, which will help them take back the point.
Which is pretty big, actually.
Yep.
But I don't think it's gonna matter. I think that
they're just doesn't matter. Faces.
There's just a lot of damage here, but the Rhine is getting so many people so low. But this is good. they did force out this tree, and that's an extra ult that they did not want to use. So this is big. The fact that they don't have this tree means that this shatter will be big.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of damage with this shatter.
And they almost have soldiers visor up as well. They can combo it. That'd be very good. And I think they may need to because they need this flashpoint or else it's game.
We were talking earlier about using a whole bunch of ults. This is a time where I don't think it matters. You should use it. But there, look, Royal wins this duel against the Tracer. The Tracer's has been overconfident for so long. This is what they need. They need to win this fight right here. If they do that, then they get to live a little bit longer.
Oh, and I didn't even realize that's a
big. They're again.
There's the infinity
they
field.
Just switched. They just switched to this.
And there we can see the kills lining up. Oh, down 4 of them.
This is one of those things. I don't know if we needed that shatter, but the shatter did stop the whatchamacallit, the coalescence.
Yeah.
And that's important, right? They did win that
coalescence has
point,
ripped through them, and they need it. Yep. I think may not have needed it, but if they did it to secure the point. This is one of those things where if you lose the point, then if you didn't use your ult, you don't get to keep it anyways. You lost. So you lost. You might as well use it all now. Get the point.
Right.
You have some time to get your ult back up.
Exactly. I think that they made the right choice. I don't understand what that pull was. That's a big immortality.
Yep.
Big immortality saves him from that pulse bomb.
There's just so much more healing going on.
Yeah, they can heal a lot more.
You can keep that tank alive, keep the shield up, or keep more shields regenerating faster. They just need to push back the Orisa now and get into the point.
But here's this flank. Remember I talked about flanks earlier?
Yeah.
Something SUNY Potsdam doesn't do is push from more than one spot.
Yep, and they're not watching another side.
They're not watching anywhere. It's kind of like when you play Valorant, right? Or you play Apex. You're always watching around you. What's behind you? What's beside you, right? They don't have that mentality here. No. They see one spot and they're pushing one spot.